All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the first general meeting of SEDS. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to learn more about us. If you do have any questions, feel free to email us, reach out to us, DM us on Slack or Discord. We are going to have QR codes to our servers in the following slides. So a little bit about us. My name is Nick. I'm the president. The vice president is Jake. Our secretary is Sarah, and the treasurer is Peter. So SED stands for the Students for the Exploration and Development of Space, and we seek to empower students to participate and make an impact in space exploration. So as you'll see, our projects are very geared towards aerospace projects. So if you do have a general curiosity or interest in doing those, feel free to reach out to us. Moving on, we have our projects, but prior to going into this, I did want to iterate to you all that in order to join our team projects, you do need to become a paid member, and we will have more information on that in the following slides. All right, first up, we have Spaceport America Cup 2021, and we will have the project lead, Jake, tell us more about that.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Jake. I'm the current vice president for SEDS this semester, and myself and Peter, the treasurer, will be co-running the Spaceport America Cup 2021 competition. If you've been keeping up with some of our stuff recently, you would know that the Spaceport 2020 competition was canceled. It was originally taking place around like the beginning of the summer 2020, but due to a lot of the recent circumstances right now, they decided to reschedule it because it is a very large event where a lot of people gather in Spaceport America, New Mexico, if you're not familiar with the area. But yeah, the whole competition in general that we did already draft a bunch of designs for is for the 30,000 feet or 30,000 foot division for a commercial off-the-shelf motor or COTS. A lot of the competition groups do make their own motor, but that's something that Nick will kind of expand upon a bit earlier or later with more of our projects. But we have a few different subsystems that definitely need attention. Like those include like composites, which could be anything from like the body tubes to the fin construction, and then the avionics bay, which is kind of like the brains of the rocket that tells, that gives all telemetry about info while the rocket's up in the air, and stuff about when to launch like drogue and main parachutes. And we are also taking part in the payload division of the competition as well. Like they like to see interesting, like novel payload ideas. Payload is kind of the like package per se that a rocket will launch up. And our groups last year, or like when we were developing for the 2020 competition, we attempted to do like a biology-based payload to model a human spine, like kind of suspended in some gel, and to see like what inertial effects will happen on like the discs and some other things. But all of that was all in progress, and we didn't have to scrap it all for the 2020 or for the 2021 competition. We were still able to keep our registration from the last one, and we'll just be continuing and pushing it off to 2021, which a lot of the groups are doing as well. And in terms of like a set calendar for due dates and things for the competition itself, we don't have like a full-on schedule yet. I know the project or like the competition coordinators are going to be sending out things maybe within the next few days to update us, but as soon as we know, we'll definitely let you guys know. And that little picture right there in the bottom was a picture of most of the universities at the Spaceport 2019 competition, which was our first competition. And you can see it's a pretty large group. It is the world's largest intercollegiate rocket engineering competition. So it's pretty cool. If we want to go off to the next slide, we have a screenshot of a clip. We were going to show the video clip of our Spaceport 2019 rocket, but the clip was a bit laggy through the Zoom call. But if you want to go to our Instagram or YouTube page, you could just look up Spaceport America Cup or SA Cup 2019 for UNLV, and you'll be able to see a bunch of clips of this launching. We had like an 8-foot tall rocket, 6 or 8 foot tall, that did end up going about 8,000 feet. It's pretty sick. Yeah, 6 foot. Yeah, 6 foot tall rocket. 8's a bit tall. But this new one for 2021 is looking about 10 feet. And it's a bit thinner, but we're shooting for like that triple the past like main goal up to 30,000 feet. So that'll be very interesting. If we want to go off to the next slide, we'll be reducing in scale like a good bit, but this is a great project. Here's the level 1 workshops that myself and Sarah, the secretary, will be heading. I really like the level 1 workshop because it starts you off from square one. You don't have to necessarily get involved with all the stuff about spaceport and the other projects if you don't want to, because those scopes are pretty large. But these level 1 workshops help you learn the basics of amateur high-powered rocketry. And we're going to be focusing on like a kit template to build you all these rockets. You can see in those pictures, those are the sizes of most of the level 1 rockets that our members make. And I even have some of these kits here off to the side that you guys would be purchasing and making. That myself and Sarah would be having a bunch of Zoom calls and things to instruct you guys on like components, nose cones, body tubes, things about the motors, and like what to do, how to assemble them. And hopefully when we get down the line, you get like a combined product, kind of like this was my level 1. You could see in my picture up there in the front. Has different separating parts. You'll have a parachute. There's a motor in the back. You have fins you put on it. You can paint it however you want. And if you successfully launch it and retrieve it, you can get a cool certification card and like a pin and a bunch of things and start to work towards your level 2. Most of these level 1 rockets, they're not bottle rockets. They go anywhere from like 3,000 to 4,000 feet. And level 2 and 3 just keep going up from there. So this is a great place to start your rocketry journey. Again, no prior experience really required for all of this. We can definitely get you guys up to speed as we go. So if you want to go to the next slide. Cool. This SRAD project, Nick will jump into this.
Awesome. Yeah. So here is our SRAD project. And it stands for Student Research and Developed. And here our objective is to develop a solid rocket propulsion system to be used in future rockets, competitions, and research. So I went ahead and listed some subsystems within this project, and that's going to be testing and electronics. And the next is motor manufacturing. There's also a description between these subsystems or under these subsystems, which kind of explain and give you a further insight on what each entails. And even if you don't have any prior experience in any of these fields, feel free to still join the team. The main point of us doing these projects is for us to grow as engineers and just learn some new skills and help us to develop our existing skills. But pretty much, we are going to be creating our own rocket, our own solid rocket propulsion system. I'm going to be doing a static fire test. As you can see here on the right, here is our test stand. And pretty much, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and fire it off, get some useful data, and just process that and compare that to theoretical calculations and thrust curves. All right, moving on, we have events. We're going to have Peter talk about this.
So, quick intro. Hi, guys. My name is Peter Matic, and I'm going to be your guys' treasurer for this upcoming year. I'll be co-leading with Jake for the SA Cup, and I'm excited to work with you guys in our upcoming time together. Okay, so, guys, so SEDS includes a lot of opportunities for students to participate in projects, attend conferences, and expand their network and make personal connections to our social events that we host throughout the semester. Ultimately, our goal is to give our members the best experience possible when it comes to enabling engagement opportunities. So every semester, we try to bring people together in our organization through social events that promote a sense of connection within our organization and also give people an opportunity to just have fun and chill with people in the club. Given that we're currently in a pandemic, it's harder for us to host social activities on campus as of this semester, but we're currently working on alternatives that we could do instead to promote that same sense of connection. As of right now, we're planning on hosting virtual study sessions through our Discord server, which will be hosted bi-weekly, effective on Sundays from 6 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to go to the next slide, Nick. Right, so space vision. Every year, we have a college-hosted conference that's called Space Vision. Due to COVID restrictions that are currently in place, the organizers have decided to transition to a virtual conference this year, which will be hosted on November 7th through the 8th. Registration costs this year will be only donation-based, meaning that you could go for free. However, due to how the website works, I think you got to pitch in at least $1, but that's a pretty significant markdown compared to the regular price of about $50. So yeah, personally, no matter who you are, with whatever background you have, I really would recommend you guys to register for this event, as we have past members who have directly benefited from attending this. One of our old officers actually received his job offer from aerospace giant Lockheed Martin simply because he walked up to one of the guys at the recruiting booth and handed them their resume. So there's a lot of networking and professional development opportunities, and that's not even to mention the roster of keynote speakers that will show up for the event as well, which I think is pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and paste the registration link into the description of this video for you guys. There's also going to be further information and details in there as well. Looking at the picture on the left, that was actually our past president, Mariana. As you can tell, she's probably holding our SEDS UNLV award that we received at last year's Space Vision for the most outstanding new chapter award. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, you can go ahead to the next slide, Nick. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears and go into membership. For the 2020-2021 academic year, our membership cost has been reduced to $25 to help mitigate the cost of everything going virtual. This payment is on an annual basis, so you don't need to worry about paying again at the beginning of the spring semester, let's say. The payment itself includes a SEDS t-shirt that we will order and ship out on a scheduled basis, of which we will follow up with you guys later on in the semester. So just keep an eye on that. We're not going to miss out on that for you. Payment is required to have full participation on our projects, as Nick mentioned before, and further access into our Slack and Discord project communication channels, as well as our project resources. So to pay for membership, please make sure that you go to our website at sedsunlv.com and pay through PayPal under the membership tab. Be mindful that we really emphasize your payment going through PayPal and not through the debit or credit option, as we're currently trying to fix that system, which doesn't work right now. So, you know, we're definitely trying to work on that. But just in case you guys were wondering, PayPal or our username for PayPal will be our email, sedsunlv@gmail.com. But yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome. All right, now we're going to go right into our fall 2020 meeting schedule. So as you can see here, for our two projects, SRAD and Spaceport America Cup, we are going to have a future meeting, which will be on Thursday, September 24th at 5 p.m. and will be hosted on our Discord server. We are going to have links to that server or QR codes to that server on the following slide. It is worth iterating to you all that we are going to run these meetings in series, so one after another rather than in parallel. So after that, we do have two other general meetings for the semester. The first is on October 15th and the second is on November 19th. Both are Thursdays and at 5 p.m. The platforms are still to be determined, but we will let you all know as soon as possible. Next, we have the virtual Space Vision, and that's going to be on November 7th through 8th. And finally, we have the next local launch, November 21st, and that's going to be primarily to launch our level ones that we build. But please use this date as a sort of deadline so that you can kind of gauge what needs to be done prior to this launch date. And please do not procrastinate, because we've done it before and it is very stressful. So please have your level ones done and completed before this date. Moving on, here is our QR codes to our servers. Give me 1 second. So I will leave this right here, but for our servers, feel free to scan these QR codes and this will take you directly to our servers. And we have one on Discord and Slack. This way you can stay up to date with upcoming events, upcoming projects, and any other socials that we do. So go ahead and pause this video and scan these codes. All right, finally, that concludes our presentation. So feel free to visit our website here by scanning this QR code. And without further ado, we are all done. So if you do have any questions, feel free to email us once again and reach out to us on our Discord and Slack servers. Thank you so much for attending. Have a great day.